Mumesema mambo ya wakf, and I agree with you. It is it's taken too long. There is absolutely no reason, and I had a problem with the AG who was there. He was fairly incompetent, but I now have a very competent lady. I now have a very competent lady, and I can assure you that the issues of work will be sorted out.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's political analysis. And whatever we are going to serve you today is a confirmation of something that many had speculated. It was just a matter of time. Justin Muturi has finally been sacked from the cabinet. Muturi, who was serving as the CS for public service since June last year, or July. We know that after the Gen Z's revolution or uprising, President William Ruto dissolved the cabinet. And after this dissolution, he reconstituted the cabinet afresh with newcomers and also the retention of the old folks who served in the previous cabinet. And among those who survived were Justin Muturi. We all know that in the first constitution of Ruto's cabinet, Justin Muturi, former Speaker of the National Assembly, was the Kenyan Attorney General, a position that he served from 2022 to 2024 June. Now, after that, a lot of things happened. By the way, the issue of Gen Zs, as we talked about, it was an eye-opener. It was a key to new chapters and new doors, politically speaking. But I don't want to speculate much. I want to talk about the issue of Muturi's being fired and the implication of his exit from the cabinet, politically speaking, more so on President William Ruto's side.
To appear before, it's almost a judicial thing, judicial body, and explain the issues around that matter which is being inquired into. In this case, like I'm saying, the issue of abductions and the extrajudicial killings. And if that were to happen, I am very sure the country will get to know in greater detail what has not been stated so far. And that because there's opportunity for people to be asked questions, cross-examined, those who have recorded statements to be cross-examined on those statements, the veracity of those statements, and others who have information one way or the other to appear before that commission and explain things. I'm sure it will bring to a close all these issues that have been affecting many Kenyans. I've never seen anybody who I mentioned in my statement denying or even recording a statement that challenging the veracity of what I've stated.
I want to first of all state that Muturi is also a co-author of his own misfortune. He is like a lizard in the fable who destroyed his own mother's funeral by his own hands. Muturi was also prepared for this move, and he was not caught by surprise. It was just a matter of time. He was prepared, and he knew in the fullness of time he will leave the office. But ladies and gentlemen, before I go further and further, allow me to invite those who are coming across our channel for the first time to please take a moment, a minute or two, to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And not forget to click that notification bell so that anytime we produce a video like this one, YouTube will automatically let you know. And to our subscribers, we want to appreciate your effort. I want to sincerely thank you for your support to MJR, because if it wasn't your support, this channel would have not been where it is at the moment. Now, since it is not our nature to waste your precious time, and MJR has never disappointed, let me go straight to the point. In these ways, Justin Muturi also called for his sacking. Number one, Muturi's move to skip president's events had signaled a bad relationship between him and the president. And like any other person, a caliber of William Ruto would not take this kindly. William Ruto is a shrewd politician. And William Ruto is one of those politicians whom we know never forgives easily and never takes any opponent for granted. Provided you show any sign that you want to oppose him, you will never rest. If he could fire his deputy through all that process, constitutional process, then firing a minister is not anything that can give Ruto a headache. There's no hectic there. It's something that he could do within a twinkle of an eye. So by skipping Ruto's events, Justin Muturi was telling Ruto that he was tired. He was calling for his replacement. Number two, another point why I think Muturi would have also participated in this. He wrote to the president to be excused from attending the cabinet meetings until the issue of abduction is solved and solved completely, which I think to any person who has sharp brains and understand politics knows that that could not happen. He could not make a choice whether he want to attend the cabinet or not, because once you are a cabinet minister, you need to attend the cabinet meetings, because that is where the policies are made and the government decisions are made. That is where serious discussion concerning on how to run this country, most so executive, are discussed. So for one to claim that he wants to be excused from such kinds of meetings, one is simply calling for his early retirement. So Justin Muturi, on those points, would have also called for his sacking. The third thing is the direct attack. When he issued a pressure in the month of January 12th, talking tough about the abduction of his son, disclosing secrets of the cabinet, and who might have steered this move of this idea of abduction, touching the name of NIS boss Nudin Haji, and how he called the president, then President called Haji for his son to be released. That was a recipe for firing, because he is served in a cabinet where they take oath not to reveal the secrets. But he went out to reveal the secret, hence it was very difficult for him to serve in the same cabinet. Now, what are the implications, politically speaking, on William Ruto's side? For William Ruto to make that bold move of finally showing the door to the CS Muturi, who is one of the senior leaders from Mount Kenya East, is that Ruto is fed up and he is ready for consequences. Mark you, this move is taking place a week to Ruto's Mount Kenya tour. He doesn't want to go to Mount Kenya with the baggage of someone like Justin Muturi. Ruto has followed the footsteps of one of his political leaders and political teacher, Raila Amolo Odinga. Raila is that person whom you cannot rival in the same camp. He has never sit and dine with his enemies. Once you indicate that you are his political enemy, Raila will not hesitate to fire you or to remove you from his camp. And that is why Ruto has decided to show Justin Muturi the door so that they face each other on opposite side. Do you think that this will add insult in already frosty relationship between President William Ruto and the people of Mount Kenya, or the voters of Mount Kenya? I think this, for sure, it would. But it is a relationship that had already gone sour, because the firing of Gachagua had already made a decision whether Mount Kenya will vote for Ruto or not. So Justin Muturi is a small person on this game, and I know that he's going to join the other team to give them more energy and backup. But Ruto must be ready. And Ruto is already ready for any consequence for political moves that he made, because he knows that the votes of Mount Kenya are now delicate and they are going away day by day. Now, Geoffrey Ruku will now replace Justin Muturi. The question is whether Ruku will bring what Muturi brought. That's a question for another day. So when the DP party, which was led by, before his resignation, Justin Muturi, wrote to the Kenya Kwanza coalition that their stay in that coalition was untenable, it was a clear indication that Justin Muturi's hand was there. Justin Muturi will follow suit. And I know now Justin Muturi is going to recapture his position as the leader of the DAP party. Ladies and gentlemen, up to that point, I beg to pause and pause. Until next time, may God bless you.